All right, let's get right into it. If you're a homeowner here in Gatineau, or really anywhere in the Outaouais region, I want to talk about a winter risk that flies under the radar but can cause an unbelievable amount of damage to your house. And it all starts with your simple outdoor water tap.
Now, I know that sounds a little dramatic, right? A ticking time bomb, but you really do need to ask yourself that question. That little faucet you hook your garden hose up to all summer, well, once the temperature drops, it could be waiting to cause a major disaster.
And look, this isn't just some general, vague warning. We're talking specifically about our climate right here in Quebec. The kind of deep freeze we get is no joke, and it turns that forgotten little tap into a real and present danger, one that can lead to thousands and thousands of dollars in damage, all hidden behind your walls.
So, you're probably wondering, how does this even happen? How does a small tap outside cause so much chaos inside? Well, let's walk through it, step by step. Okay, so it all comes down to simple science. A little bit of water gets trapped in the pipe that leads to your outdoor tap. When that water freezes, it expands with a crazy amount of force, and that pressure has to go somewhere. The thing is, the pipe doesn't burst outside where you can see it. No, the break almost always happens inside your nice warm wall. You won't even know it happened until that slow leak has soaked your insulation, started to rot the wood, and created the perfect breeding ground for mold. And you don't have to just take my word for it. The experts over at Plombier Gatineau put it perfectly. The cost to upgrade your tap is just tiny compared to the nightmare of repairing major water damage. It really drives home the point that this is all about being proactive, not waiting for a catastrophe.
All right, so that's the problem, and it's a pretty scary one. But the good news is there's a fantastic piece of modern plumbing that was designed specifically to prevent this exact scenario. Let's talk about the solution.
This really shows you the genius of it. You see the old, standard tap? The shutoff valve is right on the outside, totally exposed to the freezing cold. But with the modern frost-proof tap, the actual valve that stops the water is moved way back, deep inside the heated part of your house. The fix is literally built right into its design.
So here's the magic. It's all about that long stem. It puts the water seal a good 6 to 12 inches inside your house where it's warm. So when you turn the handle outside, the entire pipe that's exposed to the cold automatically drains itself out. And if there's no water, there's no ice. No ice, no burst pipe. It's really that simple.
But, and this is a really big but, you can have this amazing frost-proof faucet installed, and it can still fail. There's one single mistake that homeowners make all the time that completely cancels out the benefit. Any guesses what it is?
And here it is. You leave your garden hose attached. That's it. If the hose is still connected, the water has nowhere to drain. It gets trapped in the pipe, it freezes solid, and pop! It will burst the faucet, even a brand new frost-proof one. So please, this is the #1 takeaway. Always, always disconnect your hoses before winter hits. Now, having the right piece of hardware is just step one, because as we're about to see, how that faucet is installed is just as important, if not more so.
This is one of those little details that makes a huge difference, and it's something only a real pro would know. The faucet has to be installed with a slight downward pitch, just a tiny angle. If it's perfectly flat, or worse, angled up, gravity can't pull the water out. It'll pool inside, freeze, and your fancy frost-proof tap will fail just like the old one. This right here is why proper installation is absolutely everything.
So when you need to get it done right, especially for our unique climate, you want a team that knows exactly what they're doing. And the folks who provided this info, Plombier Gatineau, are the local specialists.
They've been doing this for over 12 years. That means more than a decade of dealing with our specific Outaouais winters, seeing what works and what doesn't, right here in our backyards. And that experience isn't just a number. We're talking over 5,000 jobs done. That's thousands of homes and businesses in our community that they've helped protect from this exact kind of winter damage. And you know what comes with all that experience? Happy customers. A 4.9-star rating doesn't just happen by accident. It's earned, job after job, by doing quality work people can rely on. And on top of all that, they've got the official credentials that give you real peace of mind. Their RBQ license means they're held to Quebec's high standards. Being a CMMTQ member means they're committed to the best practices in plumbing. And being fully insured, that just means your home is totally protected when they're on the job.
And here's what you can expect when you work with them. They promise upfront pricing, so no nasty surprises on the bill. They use quality parts from names you actually recognize, like Kohler and Moen. They respect your home. They even clean up after themselves. And they guarantee you'll be satisfied with the work. That's how it should be. So, it all comes down to this.
Are you ready to stop worrying about that little tap every winter? This isn't just another small repair. It's a permanent upgrade to protect your single biggest investment, your home. If you want to get this taken care of the right way, you can reach out to Plombier Gatineau. Just give them a call for a free quote. The number is 819-317-0262. Or you can find them online at plombiergatineau.ca. Seriously, get it done before the cold really settles in. You'll be glad you did.